An evening like any other, in the city that never stays sober. A faint haze around the street lamps reminded me that I should invest in some more cigars. It fits my look. Grizzled and haggard, with a loosened tie and a crooked fedora, from a long night of wallowing in my scotch-soaked ennui. Yeah, it's a good look for me. Spades Åhlin. This old clock hasn't read time correctly for the last 2 decades. Or at least I haven't. Never learned analog. Can't go digital though. Doesn't fit the look. And ladies love this look. For instance, this one time, a fine thing in a red slip and fishnets walked through my door. She had big, doleful eyes and mascara running like a Kenyan in a foot race. She approached my desk and sat on the creaking wooden swivel chair that I had found in some back alley. Fits the look. Her candy apple lips parted, and she managed to exhale the words I'd been hoping she'd say.
I need a private eye.
She had a voice built for radio, and a face fit for a museum. You've come to the right place, Toots. I lied. I'm no detective, but I've got the look, and that's all that matters, and she's loving this look. Before I could stop to ponder how she found my office, she dove straight into her sob story. She was concerned for her missing husband, the wealthy business mogul Liam O'Coughlin. If he's the one who's been buying her Prada bags and real rocks the size of costume jewelry imitation rocks, I could see why she might be concerned. What I can't see is why she'd be coming to me. I'm not even listed in the edit pages.
Please, Mr. Åhlin, you have to help me find him.
I stopped her right there. Please, call me Spades. Åhlin, private eye, the whole thing. It sounds much better when you say the whole thing.
Of course, Mr. Spades Åhlin, private eye. Money is no object. Just find out what happened to my ridiculously wealthy husband so I can go back to living my obscenely opulent lifestyle.
Now, I may have added that last sentence myself, but she may as well have been yelling it from the top of the building with a flashing neon sign. I mean, look at the shoes she had on. Probably made from some endangered animal that I can't even pronounce. And I can pronounce dampskibs under vannstyrkeprøve maskinerikonstruktionsvanskligheter. I downed another fifth of scotch and started drilling her with questions. When did Daddy Moorbox decide he needed a vacation from the map? She crooned.
2 days ago.
2 days. Long enough to watch 2 seasons of the Shade 24. That was a good show. Never went to the loo though. Must have happened while the camera was focused elsewhere. Did the bankroller have any enemies?
No, not that I can think of. Everyone loved him. Well, except for the Ku Klux Mafia Nazis and that kid with the glandular problems who used to flick his ears in elementary school. And me.
I have to hand it to her. She didn't notice she dropped her pen. I pick it up and I hand it to her. That's fancy. She stole a pen from the Ritz-Carlton.
It's not what you think.
She's right. I wasn't thinking at all. I was trying to get a piece of popcorn from between my teeth with my tongue. I couldn't just pick it up with a toothpick or something. That would ruin the look I had going on. Or maybe not. Did Dick Tracy ever use a toothpick?
I just wasn't in love anymore. I could never file for divorce, not with that prenup I had to sign.
She was nervous now. I started to notice her tick. On the neck. Near the hairline. I suppose she must have been hiking in the woods without properly checking herself afterwards. Those parasites can carry Lyme disease.
Stop staring at me like that.
She stood up, indignantly. Gams for days. Holding up an hourglass figure that could probably tell time better than I could. This was some fine piece of woman. She, started up the waterworks.
You can't prove anything. I'm not on trial here.
She had the acting chops of a Meryl Streep tenderloin. She should get an Oscar. Would have gone with the whole, Sophie's Choice look. I downed another fifth of scotch and invited her to sit back down as I put my empty glass back down on the table. Something didn't add up here. It was my old TI-89. There was some peanut butter gumming up the addition key and it was stuck. I suppose I could have used some solvent to get that out. But I could have just used my phone as a calculator anyway. She looked down, dabbing at the corners of her eyes with some sort of cloth napkin. Seems like something I should have given her. I'll need to find out what those things are called and get one. To carry around and offer to sobbing women. Goes with the look. She sniffled and continued.
The authorities have just taken so long to find his body. I just want this all to be over so I can get on with my life and collect the insurance money and have his estate signed over to my name.
That was it. I had it. Finally. The piece of popcorn was out of my teeth. That was so annoying. I need to stop eating popcorn. It's never as good when you're eating it as it smells when it's popping. That doesn't go with the look anyway. Bear nuts, maybe. Even sunflower seeds. They might work. Anyway, we stared into each other's eyes for a very long time. I think. It's hard to tell without reading the clock. But, yeah, she broke the silence.
The authorities aren't working fast enough. The man I hired was too thorough in hiding the body. I need to find my husband. Do you understand?
All the pieces were finally coming together. I stood up and I walked out of my coat rack. I've got a whip there. Goes with the look. In a blink, I used it to bind her to the chair.
What are you doing? What is this?
She screamed, rocking in the swivel chair. I reached into my pocket and grabbed my officially licensed Indiana Jones pocket knife and began cutting around her perfect face as she struggled in vain. I held her face up, triumphant. This belongs in a museum.